Good morning, everyone. How are you? It's Laurie, and I'm here to do a daily reading for my lovely Libras. I hope all of you are happy, healthy, and having some fun. All right, let's go ahead. See what we have here as your daily message. Well, I've got the deck upside down, apparently. Yep. Nine of Swords. What are you worrying about? There's a buzzing in your head. I just heard Led Zeppelin from the hedgerow. You can't get something out of your mind. You're repeating this over and over again, replaying this over and over again. Or you're worried. You may be concerned that there's a pattern that may be repeated here. Now, mostly I'm getting, for most of you, it is something that you can't you haven't, okay, you're playing it over and over again in your head because you have not found the solution. You haven't found the answer. There's something about whatever's going on that you know needs, like, a resolution. It needs to be figured out. Something needs to be figured out here. And this is why you keep going over and over in your head about what happened, what was said. What you said is what I'm getting mostly. Like, you said something and you're kind of questioning yourself. Why did I say that? Or, wait a minute. There's something more going on here than what happened. All right. Let's go ahead and see what the obstacle is to you finding the solution here, to figuring this out. Feeling stuck, can't move forward. Yeah, it feels like you're kind of hanging out. You know what I'm getting is you're hanging out there. Flapping in the wind is what I keep hearing. Exposed. Feeling very vulnerable. Wanting to heal, wanting to move past this, but not quite sure how to do it. I think I just heard somebody went out on a limb for someone else, and now you're questioning whether you should have done that or not. Like, you may have vouched for somebody. You may have stood up and defended somebody, yourself or something. And now you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said anything at all. Or why is this still aggravating me? Why am I still thinking about this? What's going on that I can't put this to rest? And it has something to do with feeling vulnerable. You got the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. That's Five of Pentacles. But I am getting that there is a new start here. And that is what's on your mind, but you feel so stuck. You're feeling so stuck right now. Like you just don't know what to do here. And I'm also getting that you very firmly feel like this is your situation to deal with, nobody else's. You created this situation. You said this thing. And nobody else is responsible for this. But you're feeling so stuck. Like you really do not know how to move past this. Let's go ahead and see what else is coming out here for you. The cards are flying today, that's for sure. Foundation, Eight of Pentacles, wanting to work through this. Now, this could be a situation that's happening or playing out at work, where you put your energy. There could be something here. No, there is something here about multi-generational it's the foundation for many, many things to follow. It's like I'm getting back here with this Nine of Swords. You feel like the way you said it was not the right way to say it. The way you did it was not the right way to do it. And now you're kind of looking at it saying, how do I put this back on course? How do I show that what I said, thought, did was not the way we should do it, or say it, think it, feel it, whatever here, without embarrassing yourself too much. Like you're already embarrassed. You're already concerned that people are looking at you. Well, some of you feel like people are looking at you with a side eye. Others of you, nobody's looking at you wrong. And this is making it more difficult for you to figure out how to approach this subject so that, because you don't want to look bad. You don't want to look silly or foolish. But guess what? That's your ego. And your ego will keep you in this energy here. So, Spirit's saying it may be more difficult for you to figure out how to move forward here and make yourself vulnerable, more vulnerable than you are. But you do know that this is going to benefit not just you, but moving forward. If you don't fix this now, this is going to be done wrong over and over and over again. It's going to be said wrong over and over and over again. It's going to be learned incorrectly. And that anything that's not right. Oh, okay. I'm being reminded of a conversation I had recently where I let it go. And it wasn't because I was worried about feeling vulnerable. I was just like, this is not the time or place to try to correct this because it could lead to a fight. But there is, or a scene, not necessarily a fight, but a scene. All right, so maybe you were trying to keep the peace at the time that this happened. You didn't want to escalate a situation, a conversation, or whatever. But now you know you need to go back and correct that. You can't leave that misinformation out there. You can't have taught somebody the wrong way to do something and then expect it to just right itself in the future. All right, let's see what the immediate future holds in store for you. Tower. All right, now what I'm getting here is that this is you putting your ego aside and doing what needs to be done. You do. You come forward. You admit it. You're like, you know what? This is bigger than how I feel. This is bigger than me being embarrassed. This is more important than me feeling like I'm safe and secure up here in my tower. All right. So it looks like you're going to come forward and tell the truth, express what needs to be expressed. And it's funny because I said tell the truth, and some of you, that's exactly what needs to happen here. You need to tell the truth. But really, for most of you, I'm hearing you need to explain. And, you know, I don't believe in explaining why we do or say things unless it's really necessary. And this is necessary. So this is kind of like, yeah, it definitely is a situation where something needs to be corrected. You're going to feel vulnerable. You're going to feel embarrassed. You're going to feel awkward here. However, this is going to alleviate a lot of problems in the future. This literally brings in, if you can admit this, if you can talk about this, if you can explain this. And I'm not talking a half-hour explanation. I'm talking about hey, you know, we were having a conversation and you made this remark and I made that remark. I want to kind of clarify what I was thinking at the time. So even if you do that, you're not necessarily There's nothing wrong with that, because you don't even need to feel vulnerable. You need to express what needed to be expressed at the moment. And if you explain why you didn't do that at the moment, such as we were in a public place and I didn't want the conversation to escalate, then the embarrassment, the ego is taken out of the situation and the person's going to be willing to listen to you. Oh, well, I can see why you wouldn't want to keep going down that road in that conversation. Or, oh, so at the time you thought what you were telling me was correct, but you've since then learned differently. Or, oh, so you taught me how to do this math and you missed a step. And you knew you did something wrong. You knew what you were trying to teach me wasn't quite right, but you couldn't figure out why. So now you are coming back now to clarify. So there's really no need to feel embarrassed, but that's what's keeping you from doing this right now. Okay. Let's see what we have going on for you. You got the King of Cups in your past influence, a lot of emotions about this person, a lot of respect. You built a good relationship with this person. It was solid. It is solid. Don't ever doubt that it's solid once it's solid, as long as you're doing what you can to contribute healthy to it. All right, let's see what else we've got here for you. Four of Cups. You can't hide forever, okay? This is behind the scenes here. Spirit's saying, just go ahead and face this. It may take a little bit. It may make you feel a little awkward at first before you actually get the first few words out. But there's definitely a deep well within you that says, I need to make this right, and I'm just not sure how to do that. Once you decide to move forward, offer up a cup of love, offer up a truce, an explanation, then restoration can happen. You may not see the possibility. You may think that this person that you need to talk to is too harsh, not going to take you serious, wants to play with your emotions. I'm getting all these weird energies here. I did get a message just now of somebody needing to approach a supervisor, HR, a boss, a parent, even a child. A parent may need to approach a child, and I'm talking to adults here, or it could be adult and under 15 child. And you feel like they're not going to respond to you well. Like you think they may make fun of you. You may feel like you've apologized for this in the past, and they're going to be like, yeah, you just keep saying that. But I think you're going to be okay here. Let's go ahead and actually see what the outcome is going to be. I don't feel that see, justice, look at that. Everything will balance out. I don't feel like this person's going to mock you, especially if you just come forward with, hey, look, when this was happening, this is where I was coming from. State it simply. You don't have to go into deep explanations. And say, now I'd like to tell you what I really think about whatever it was. Or I'd like to show you the right way to do this math. Or the correct way to build this car. Or the correct way to make this cake. Okay, I kind of feel like there was some sort of instructional information for a lot of you. And it just didn't go well in the first thing, but instead of escalating the situation, you kind of like moved on. You just accepted that they were going to think poorly of you. And it's like they knew at the time that what you were showing them or teaching them or telling them was not quite right, but they also gave you grace in that moment. They didn't push it, okay? So good on both of you. All right, so justice is served here, doing things the right way, restoration. Look, we also have here with the Eight of Pentacles, we have an adult showing children how to do something, and this is what we were talking about. And now we have the adult opening up the door for the person. So this speaks, or for the children, or whoever is involved. It shows that correction is made here, and now the doors are open. The lines of communication are open, and the future is going to go in the right direction with that Hierophant. That's definitely, oh, look at that. And a whole new path. This is the beginning of a whole new journey. And I'm getting here too, a lot of trust. People, that's how you can build trust with people, is to own up when something is said wrong or taught wrong or done wrong. And you know it. Most people have made mistakes in their lives. You know, most of us have. And we're willing to accept somebody else could make a mistake. If that person comes forward and says, hey, you know, I made a mistake. I was incorrect in my thinking. I didn't, whatever. Okay. You know what I'm talking about here. Let's get you an angel number. 0220, act on your ideas. So if you have a thought on how to move forward with this, go ahead and do it. It's taking that first step that's going to be the most difficult part of the journey. All right, so this is being realistic and practical approaches to your goal. Divine timing. There's something about ambition here, you know, wanting to proceed, to move forward, to overcome, to persevere. There is cooperation here and discipline. You have the benefit of good fortune, and if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything. At this time, you can reach new heights. You should act on your potential when you see this pattern, since what you plant will grow. So if you know that you're just doing this over and over and over again in your head, repeating this, whatever, that's all you're going to be able to do. But once you make a decision and then you act on it, you take that first step, all of that changes and everything can, you know, turn from worry into justice. All right, so you're about to experience a spectacular ascent, rise, lifting up above. Let me go ahead and get you a couple of yes or no answers here. Answer number 1. Yes or no. Is a yes answer, and it says the manifestation from your new ideas and actions are going to give you a strong chance to achieve a significant impact here. There will be a promising opportunity that arises that will require your immediate attention, and I do feel like that's what you're dealing with here. This will miraculously, quote unquote, solve the previous predicament, changing your life for the better. So dealing with a situation absolutely is going to make the future better, okay? Your life, those around you, how things are done, what is thought, what is, you know. Answer number 2, yes or no. Got a yes answer. You are reborn from the ashes. The phoenix rising, okay? Things are going to be done right. The old way of doing it is over and done with. You've got that Fool card right there too. All right, so the unexpected completion of a previous situation and your openness to those new things is going to give you and bring you incredible luck, empowerment, and generous rewards of destiny. You will be the center of attention for some time to come. So somebody here respects you for your coming forward and admitting that whatever happened, happened. Enjoy your accomplishments, okay? Because they couldn't have happened without you. If you don't take that step, this will not happen. You've got to be the one to just make the first move and take care of this situation. Let's see what answer number 3 is. It is a yes answer, unless you guys keep getting this. Knock, knock. Good luck is knocking on your door, and it is willing to help clarify anything that is unclear. So if you're looking for the solution, it is right there for you. Just open your mind, open the door, open yourself up to receiving the answer. Stagnation and failure are going to vanish as the proverbial doors open wide, okay? And a rich and beautiful life is in front of you. All right, let's do the letter dice. We have Ginger, Glenn, Gabrielle, Phoenix, Phoebe, Philip, Philippines, Bonnie, Henry, Hannah, Omar. I'm hearing Obama, O'Brien, OJ, Nick, Niklos, I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. It sounds a little off. Fern, Francis, Wendy, Winona. I'm hearing Fawn, maybe. Brown, Vance, Augie, Augustus, Gustav, Anna, Nancy, New Jersey, Nivea, Swan, Wilson, Wayne, Walter, Netherlands. I keep hearing Nick in all kinds of forms, female, male, different languages. Ducky. I've got the initials JKK. JKK. Ackerman, Alana, Kaylee, Talia, Tanya, Lieutenant, Livia, Lutetia, Coco, Don, Dominic, Kiki, Rabbi, Rabbit, Hank, Nate. All right, that's what I've got for you. Have a great day.